Charles William Duff was born in Walla Walla, Washington. His parents were Father John Carroll Duff and Mother Myra Marie Duff. He has one brother and one sister. His brother's name is Gary Duff, and his sister's name is Geraldine Duff. Growing up, he really enjoyed riding his bike and playing with friends, along with fighting with his brother. He lived in Walla Walla for 13 to 14 years before he moved to the mountains to a place called Bear Springs, where he had a 30-mile commute one way just to get to his high school where he graduated from. This was located in Maupin, Oregon. He met Aristabel Duff in 1964. He then served 4 years in the Navy and was third class before starting his first job in Metolius, Oregon at a potato plant. He then married Aristabel and started working for Western Electric and then became a deputy for Jefferson County Sheriff's Office for a year. He then finally got his last job at PGE and worked there the rest of his career. He has 3 children: Chad William Duff, who was born July 12, 1972, Arlinda Marie Duff Dixon, born June 25, 1974, and Heather Arista Duff Roberts, born March 11, 1980. He coached his kids in soccer when they were little, and he never missed ball games or fair activities that any of his children were doing. One of his main hobbies is he really loves golfing. He's got a hole-in-one, and he's a left-handed golfer. Once all of his children moved out, he started to play more golf, take yearly trips to Hawaii, and support all of his 6 grandchildren in all of their sports. He also really enjoys playing cribbage with friends and card games as a family. Overall, he raised 3 great kids and 6 great grandkids.
The first question is, how would I describe Chuck? I would describe him as a very caring and loving husband. He would do anything for me. We've been married for 51 years. And then what is my favorite thing? He's always there. He's always with me. We do lots of fun things together. If I have a problem with appliance or something, he's always right there to fix it for me. And what's my favorite memory? Probably our dating years. When we were dating, we dated for like 7 years before we got married. And then lately it's our trips to Hawaii. That was our fun part and fun thing that we did together, is always went to Hawaii and played in the ocean. And something else I'd like to know about Chuck. He's a loyal, friendly husband. Okay, Chad, how would you describe your dad?
My dad is very supportive. Even though we don't always have the same interest in life, he's always supported the things that I enjoy. He's very caring and always there when I need his help.
Okay. What are your favorite things or things about your dad?
Well, one of them is our love for good homegrown beef. We both share a passion, and I raise the beef, and we both eat it a lot of times together. We also enjoy eating at a lot of different restaurants. We've been all over the several states and enjoy trying different things.
What is your favorite memory about your dad?
Probably traveling to all the sport events. We literally went to Katie Lynn's every sporting event that she was at in high school. The best one was probably watching the state track meet and seeing the record being broke 11 times that day and Katie Lynn being out on top. That was something that Dad and I got to share together. And years ago, we used to golf sometimes together, but that's been a while.
Okay, something else you'd like to say about your dad?
My dad, he's become my best friend over the years, and he's always helping me at my house with my home improvement projects. We also spend a lot of time target shooting.
Hi, here goes. Describe my dad. He has always been a hard worker and provided very well for his family. always, always put family first. That I think leads to one of my favorite things about him that I can think about is that he would really speak his mind and let you know how you feel. Some people would get offended by it, but I think I learned, and sometimes I probably have followed in his footsteps of saying what's on your mind and people not always agreeing, but yet it's speaking truth, and you have to appreciate that and knowing where you stand. I think that says a lot about a person, and I think that describes him, and I think it's also one of my favorite things about him, even though we don't want to hear the truth sometimes. And I feel sometimes I follow that way, and sometimes people don't appreciate that I speak my mind. One of my memories that I have the most from like growing up is that he always supported me in all that I did, whether it would be at the fair, whether it be me getting a job at the deli, whether it be me in all the different sports I did, whether I was really good at something or busted my butt to try and be a little bit better at something. He always supported me, encouraged me. He wasn't overly competitive, so it wasn't like, oh, you have to do this, you have to get better. It was always, he was there to support me, and he was always there to say good job, and he was always there to say he was proud of me. Always, always. So that's one of my biggest memories, I think. Even as an adult, I know that he's been proud of me, and that's appreciative. I know he loves my kids and knows that I've done a good job of doing my best to be a good mom for them. So I think he's a good family man, sometimes stern, sometimes often, but yet very loving and genuinely cared for his family with all of his heart.
Count on. He never missed one of my basketball games growing up, and he also has that sarcasm in him, which I really enjoy. Always has a comeback. My favorite memory of my dad is when I was growing up in high school, and I had gotten knee surgery, and we had a cat bring in a mouse, and we were trying to get the mouse out of the house. And we had him trapped in a corner, and I got a stick, and I flicked the stick trying to throw the mouse out the door, and the mouse flew up, hit my dad in the face, and he freaked out and screamed. I don't know why that memory has stuck with me. And I just love my dad, and I appreciate how much he is there for me and my family.
How would you describe Grandpa? I would describe my grandpa as a really caring man. He's always been generous. He's really family oriented, and he's always going to support his family. So he's going to always just be there for his family.
And what is your favorite thing or things about your grandpa?
I'd say my favorite thing about my grandpa is how he's always been himself, even with other people around and any other influence. He's always going to be true to himself, and he taught that to his children and to me as well. So I always believe that you should be unique and be your true self.
Okay. What is your favorite memory about your grandpa?
I've had a lot of memories with Grandpa. When I was a young kid, I think my favorite was going golfing with him. I'd go with him and his friends, and it was pretty fun. I get to illegally drive the golf cart. I'd say recently he attended a lot of my sporting events, so just spending that quality time with him, even just playing cards, is always fun.
Okay. And what is something else you would like to say about your grandpa?
Overall, I'd like to say, like, he always has a witty comment, so he can make anyone laugh, pretty much. He's always going to be there for his family. It's one of my favorite things about him, and I've gone really close with him over the last couple of years, so just how loving he is.
My papa always gives me big hugs, and my favorite memory about Papa is when we went to Hawaii together. My papa is kind, and I like when he comes over and plays with me.
Papa is a very strict man, but he has a very big character that can make everyone laugh in the room. A favorite memory I have is he does little things that make all the kids laugh. Like if you are sneaking a cookie, he'll like do the I'm watching you, and then you know my siblings and cousins will do it back. He teaches you good manners. Get your elbows off the table, choose your mouth closed, and wait for everyone to sit at the table. Yeah.
I would describe Papa and how he's loving and caring, and he always wants to know what we're doing with sports and school. And my favorite memory of him is when he comes over to Salem. We always go to Nancy's, and he loves the French fries and milkshakes there. We love you, Papa.
I like how because he's sometimes howdy, but for grumpy something I remember was funny because every time when I'm loud, he always goes like, "Be quiet!" and he's just nice.